If you have a pendulum that is swinging through a small angle, you can derive an expression for the time period and relate that to the length of the pendulum and the gravitational field strength. But you can only do that with the following approximation. But before we do that, I just want to have a look at these things over here. So if we had sine of 10, where 10 is an angle measured in radians, and I've set my calculator into radians mode, if I did sine of 10, we get an answer of minus 0.054. If we did the same thing again, but now we looked at the sine of 1, that would be equal to 0.84. And as I look at the other numbers here, when we've got sine of a half, that's equal to 0.479, so that's 0.48. If we look at sine of 0.10, that would be 0.0998, which would be 0.10. And if I do sine of 0.05, we get 0.04998, which would be 0.050. So what we can see is as this angle gets smaller, the answer is much more similar to the original angle that we put in. And actually, this is what we call a small angle approximation. If the value of theta is very small, then we can say that theta is approximately equal to sine theta. And you can see that here. We put sine theta in and we get theta out. So this is the small angle approximation, and it works when you've got very small angles measured in radians. It also works for tan. So if you've got a very small angle, theta is approximately equal to tan theta. Why is this useful? Well, here I have the derivation for the time period of a simple pendulum. Now, this is something that if you haven't covered this in class before, initially looks quite scary, but it's not really that bad once you get to know it. But the key thing here is we can look at the component of force due to the weight of a pendulum. So that's the thing that's going to be swinging side to side. And provided the angle that it's moved away is very small from the vertical, provided theta is small, we can then say that because sine theta is approximately equal to theta, this term here, minus g sine theta equals a, can simplify to minus g theta equals a. So that is using the small angle approximation, and it's something you need to be aware of if you're actually going to derive the time period for a simple pendulum. So there we go, just a bit more physics knowledge to help you as you go through your A-level physics course. By the way, this is just one of many videos I've made covering all of the maths that you need to understand for A-level physics. It's part of the mini course, which includes many more topic videos, multiple worked examples, and also a guide that you can download. You can find all of this over at alevelphysicsonline.com.